25 clash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. And the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. Two big-time programs, rich history, both go by their initials. LSU, USC, that showdown in Vegas last year was just spectacular, and it's great that we're enjoying another one here.
When a lot of people thought LSU was going to steamroll USC in that game, USC had some other ideas. That one was a lot of fun. There were some big plays on offense for both sides, but late in the game, USC offensively, David, coming up with a huge drive to get that win.
Made a huge drive, made some big plays. Now, that's really the only game we can talk about for USC, really the rest of the season, but it was a great day and a great start, and we thought big things were on the horizon.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. To the air, it's Mayava. Firing to the right, complete. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
As a play caller, you love to see your guys getting into a rhythm early in the game, right? 3rd down, you dial up the slant. It's a good route, a good throw. This offense is off to a nice start.
And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. The short hands. It's Rimmer. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Lost one deep down the right side. And he's got it inside the 25. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Touchdown, Southern Cal! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And this quarterback really does a great job of seeing the defense, seeing what kind of coverage they're in. And I think when this offense goes empty and they spread the defense out, it just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap and then post-snap. You can tell he's playing in a great rhythm right now because he's seeing the field, and these empty sets are really helping him out.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
The short hands, it's Anderson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away.
Lofts one high and deep. Makes the grab at the 30. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Thank you very much. That's what the quarterback's thinking on that last play. I think he was even shocked that his receiver was that wide open downfield. He'll take it.
Dances away to buy time. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good... And the quarterback will take a sack back in the 36.
Well, this is a quarterback who's not known for his running ability, obviously. We've seen him make some great throws, but mobility, that's probably not on your bingo card. You saw it right there. He gets brought down for the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Got him downfield. Touchdown LSU! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Looking to throw, it's Mayava. Fires to the tight end. He's past the 30. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. The Trojans are at the line looking to convert on third and short. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Calls it in. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. The sweet feet buy a little time. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Touchdown USC! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch it.
And you can tell he trusts his big tight end. Airing the football way down the field. Treat him like a wide receiver because you know he's going to go up, make the big play, get you in the end zone, score a touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
No love lost between teams anytime they square off inside the Big Ten. Here's one that's just gone final. Michigan proved it is battle-tested and capable of winning any place, any time after this one. And just think of the confidence this Wolverines team gained today. Invaluable, if you ask me. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a Big Ten matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. And those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Line getting set on second down. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the right. It's caught. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Jackson. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the...
Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. The 30, at the 20. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Trojan. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the score.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. To the ground with the back. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
The Tigers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Jukes his way for more. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Been really impressed watching this offense this year and how good they are on 3rd down. The reason they're so efficient, they don't have penalties, they keep these 3rd downs manageable, and they've got a special talent at running back that can find his way to the sticks.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. The play action fake. Now sliding to his left. And he'll just get rid of that one.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments.
Oh, he's got some space. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
From the gun, give on the inside. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. The Tigers come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Gets rid of it. Grab near the marker, it's Brown. Lots of running room. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Rush is on him. He caught it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Oh, man, did he turn that one loose and fired it into the teeth of the zone.
And you know as a quarterback, Reese, when you're throwing it to the perimeter of the field on these curl routes, you've got to have some heat. You've got to have arm talent to get that ball out quickly into the hands of your receiver before all those defenders can get to it. Man, this QB's got a cannon.
And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers.
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. He'll bring it out. It's Jordan. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking for a man. It's Mayava. Quickly to the tight end. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Looking downfield on first down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. The Trojans in the hurry-up. Back to pass on second down. Bears the pressure. Takes a hit as he fires.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Makes the catch on the right side. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down to the 42.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. And the Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll go with a direct snap. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Not able to pick up that 1st down, David, but if I'm them, I'm going again right here on 4th.
And I think you knew that on 3rd and 2, short yard situation. You got it close to 4th and inches. Now we're going to get this 1st down.
They just need a few more inches here on 4th down, and they'll try to get it with the offense. On the move. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. They'll immediately call timeout.
And I don't know if field position really matters on that one, right? I know they're on the plus side of the territory, but 4th and inches, most offenses today are going to be going for it. They did. They execute the running play, and they keep the sticks moving.
Floating away. Fires on the move. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it.
Fires deep toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run. And he will be run out of bounds on the return, so the damage is limited as we wrap up the 1st half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Trojans will kick it off to start the 2nd half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. They'll keep it on the ground to start the 2nd half. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Got it in the middle, it's Watkins. Nice pickup there, gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Think about when Garrett Nussmeier goes into the quarterback room at LSU and there are giant murals of Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels, Heisman winner. Jesse, that's some pressure. But, man, if he can cut down on the turnovers, he might join them.
Yeah, there's no question about it, Reese. This guy has a lot of talent. I really also just appreciate the fact that he stayed put at LSU. In an era of college football where especially quarterbacks are transferring 2, 3, 4 times, naming off those guys you just did, it would have been so easy for Nussmeier to try to find another opportunity somewhere else. He believes LSU is the best situation for him to win a national championship and get him off to the NFL.
And the Tigers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll run it. Finds a little space. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Now the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Green. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and he add the answer to the test right there.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. You got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
Using his legs to buy some time. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal.
You saw the tight end on a big play there in that last third down. Why not go back to him again here in the red zone? With his size and his athleticism, he is a matchup nightmare down in this area of the field.
And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop. Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Tries again to get it in. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. He'll sneak it. On fourth and goal, no thought of the field goal. They'll go for the touchdown. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
In a fourth and goal situation, bring in the beef. The goal line package, all the heavy guys, the tight ends, and just pound the rock when you need it. Running back falling forward, getting the touchdown. Offense just went big on your booty.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Louisville is getting taken to the cleaners today. We're talking heavy starch on a hanger, and don't let the door hit you on the way out. They're trailing by 28 to Auburn. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Blasted as he lets it go. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it, and trying to complement the defense's good work by touchdown Tigers. They looked finished. finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Jordan. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. To the air, it's Mayava. Looking down the middle. A strike downfield. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. There are penalties you sort of forget about, and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. He's looking to throw. He's got an open man. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the first down.
He makes it look so routine out there, just plucking passes in this offense. When you think about the success the Trojans have had offensively in the past, and certainly in more recent times, it always feels like there's got to be at least one receiver in this offense in the discussion for best in the country. This guy, I think, can be that.
Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Snagged in the middle. It's Jordan. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. And the Trojans are marching down the field. To the air on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. Makes a connection. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20. And this dude is doing work. He's now over 150 yards receiving, Jesse.
He's like the new age tight end, isn't he, Reese? I mean, he's a guy that can get the three-point stance. He can flex out. He can play the split end position. He can play receiver.
Oh, out of space. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Off from the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Back to pass, it's Mayava. Snags it, and he will score! Touchdown, Trojans! He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Turning on the Jets. The 40. The 20. Touchdown LSU.
That's fucking crazy.
And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
When you have so many playmakers on offense like they do, they can score quickly. You just saw it right there.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Let's see what he can do with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Not the day they had hoped to have. When you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the 4th quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
Looking to pass. It's Mayava. Steps away. Bought a little time. Lets it go. This one's complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Plays are going to break down, but that never seems to affect this quarterback. He's so athletic and so fast. He's able to avoid the pass rush, get himself on the perimeter, and now he's just using his God-given ability and his arm talent to make big-time throws.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do.
He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Southern Cal. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Bro, this game's so fucking stupid.
I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They'll leave it with him. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Nice execution by this defense. One of the strengths of this offense is 3rd down. They're really good at it. They were ready. Nice job getting the guy on the ground, forcing the 4th down.
Got a man. It's Watkins. Brought down, but looks as if LSU will pick up the first down.
Well, the gamble pays off offensively. 4th down, being aggressive, and they throw for it. How about the job the receiver does winning his route and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football?
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And that's your goal, separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. The Tigers need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. Wants to keep it in the air. Here's a heat. Finds his man. It's Watson. Oh, he didn't get there. And what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on 3rd down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires it. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on 1st down. Whistle blows, clock stops, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Defense looks like they're coming. Caught in the backfield, it's Berry. He'll be run out of bounds, but we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what that's about. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Out of the gun, the inside kick. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Bro, what the fuck? Shit like that don't even make sense, dog. This nigga threw the bitch right to me, dog.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late in the game. It matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make
wide open spaces. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Get it out on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Pulls it in. That one takes him down to the 13-yard line.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
He's got him still on his feet. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead.
Man, what a great job with the execution in a moment where you had to have it. You score the touchdown, you take the lead. There's less than a minute to go in this game. All your defense has to do now is get a stop and you win.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll call for the fair catch here. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive wants to throw. They're working that left side. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
And they've struggled trust him to throw the football all game. And I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be thrown to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. They'll rush to the line. Clock stop for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Makes the catch. It's Lemon. There he goes. Headed to the end zone. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
And why would you not go back to him? I mean, he's caught everything thrown his way. He's been the focal point of this offense. They need a play late in the football game. They find him again. If I'm this defense, I got to make sure I'm doing everything I can to take him away.
He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's second down. And they'll send 5 wide receivers out, maybe creating some room for the quarterback to run. A designed run for the quarterback. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's 4th down.
I can't believe it. He had a chance to just end the game right there. If the defender makes the catch in the end zone, up a possession, this is ball game. But because he put it on the ground, this offense still has life.
Oh, he
Bro,
dropped it. He just
are you
lost
fucking
his
serious?
concentration and didn't look it all the way in.
That shit's a
The decision to go
fucking
for it
joke,
does
bro.
not pan out.
That shit's a, hey, that game, man.
They've got him pinned back, and they're
Like, there
trying
was
to
no way
rattle
out.
their eardrums. Listen to this crowd. Leaves it with the running back. And they'll find their way back to the line of scrimmage, and now it's time to find their way back to the locker room as this game is over. How much fun was that? You just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.